Hello, and welcome to Real Talk with Rachel. Today I'm talking about book banning and why it's a problem for all readers. There are a lot of disturbing things happening here in Texas, where I live, centering around book banning. There is Texas House Bill 900, which will try to ban sexually explicit materials from libraries. It's very broad and vague, which means sexually explicit is up to interpretation. And we know how Texas feels about people who identify as LGBTQIA. Books with a sexually explicit rating would be removed from libraries. Those with sexual references would need parental consent to be checked out first. There's also Senate Bill 13, which would allow parents to receive notifications about what their kids check out from school libraries, because we don't already expect our school librarians to do too much work. The bill would also ban harmful and indecent materials, which is, of course, broad and open to interpretation. And it would create local councils to make sure community values are reflected in whatever materials are available to kids. Add this to the more than 800 books that were removed from Texas schools as of the recording of this video. There will be more. Texas is winning on the most books banned list, and that is not a good thing. The banned books include books about gender identity and homosexuality, books about straight people that has some sexual content, books about race, books about political violence, whether it's historical or speculative, books some people decided have the wrong vibes, like puberty stories and depression stories and misfit stories. We are living in the days of Fahrenheit 451 and Big Brother and The Handmaid's Tale. I don't like to conflate things or be overly dramatic. But here's the thing. Well, there's more than one thing. Number one, kids deserve to see themselves in stories. Every kid. Girls, boys, they, them kids, straight kids, white kids, kids of color, trans kids, homosexual kids, genderqueer kids. Every kid deserves to see themselves in stories. And these stories are important. What you're saying by banning books with characters who look and think and act like them is that their lives and their experiences don't matter. They are devalued by a society that should value them. Every kid's life matters. Every person's life matters. Book banning sends a message of exclusion to kids who share the experiences of characters in the banned books. And no child or person should feel excluded from acceptance and honor and value and love. No child or person should have to ask, but where are the books about me? Related to this, kids should also see people who aren't like them in stories. They should hear from underrepresented populations whose voices have been silenced for too long. This is how we learn. It's how we develop empathy. It's also how we build a more inclusive and loving world. Books are mirrors where readers can see themselves. They're also windows where readers can see and learn about a different life and story than the one they've lived. And they're sliding doors where readers can step through into the story and feel empathy for the characters. Don't we want our kids to live with empathy and love? Or do we only want them to empathize and love the people who look and love and live like they do? And here's the second important thing. No one has the right to tell people what they can and can't read. We have freedoms, and book banning is a direct attack on those freedoms. A government can't tell people what they can and can't read. A group of people can't tell other people what they can and can't read. A handful of concerned individuals can't tell people what they can and can't read. A parent can keep their own children from reading anything. Go ahead, ban books for your own kids living in your own house, and good luck with that. But no one should get to keep all children from reading anything. No one should have that kind of power. We are ceding our freedoms with laws and lists and the interfering, nitpicky hands of the overly concerned. My kids get to read whatever they want that is age appropriate. They read about the trans experience. They read about homosexual characters. They read about feminism and periods and puberty. They read about civil rights, and they read the stories of people of color, and they read about the Indigenous American experience. We discuss what they read. We have conversations. This is how children learn and grow and expand their minds. Why are we so afraid of children learning and growing and expanding their minds? We should do better. Books can save lives, and we'll never know just how desperately a kid needs a book until they've read it. So we should let them read.